Welcome to What's New with Mythwind. Today Richard learns the merchant. The merchant's goal is to balance the needs of the ever-shifting market to make the most profit. Competition will be stiff as rival merchants are also here to compete for the wealth of the Mythwind Valley. To set up the merchant tray, place the merchant header and 2 merchant boards into the tray. Place the merchant miniature by the tray. Place the 10 merchant skills by the tray face up so that the level is on the front. Take 10 coins from the main tray and place them by the merchant tray. Now let's set up our merchant tracks. Take 1 of each type of good, and those will be placed on the track according to color. To do that, take a die. For each merchant track, roll the die, and whatever number is on it, place the good in that position, this one being the 3 position. And for each blank, re-roll the die until you get a number. So you can see we rolled a 3, 3, 3, and 2, placing that in the 2 position. When you're done with the die, return it to the supply. Place 2 of each good by the merchant, and place 4 of each good in the market stockpile. The merchant has customer and tendency cards. Take each pile and shuffle them individually and set them aside. The merchant has rival cards which come in 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3. Shuffle each level individually and set those aside as well. Take the remaining 6 of each goods token and set those aside. The 6 upgrade tokens get set aside as well. Next, place the top 2 cards of the rival deck near the merchant, one above the other. Then place 1 tendency card to the left of each rival card. Then take a customer card and place it face up to the right of the top rival card. At the top of each rival card, we see that they receive coins and goods. So in our example, take 10 coins from the main supply, and the goods are taken from the market stockpile. Place that on the rival card, then do the same for the one below it. During dawn, after resolving the weather card, the merchant will shift market. And we can see that we are in winter, so we can see the good that can shift is fur. Next, we look at the weather effect. If it's sunny, it will move up. If it's rainy, it will move down, and if it's cloudy, there will be no effect. What this means is, if it were sunny, take the fur token and increase it 1 on the track. And if it were rainy, decrease it 1 on the track. And of course, cloudy, it would just stay where it is. When a good is in the first tier, 6 of that good are available. And in our example, we see the merchant has 2 of each, the rival has some, and the remaining is in the market stockpile. When a good crosses over into the second tier, 9 goods will become available after the end of the season. And of course, when that crosses over into tier 3, 12 can become available. But as we saw, the fur increased by 1, letting it go into the second tier. The next dawn action the merchant does is to resolve the marketplace. To do that, we look at the weather card. If it has an advanced queue icon, the customer performs an action. If the weather card has an event icon, the rival performs an action. And for any other icon or lack of icon, do not perform the marketplace action. The rival who will be doing the action is the one in the customer row. First, flip over the tendency card. The rival only performs 1 of these actions, and they attempt to do actions starting at the top. And if they are unable to do the top action, then they try to do the second one, and so forth. Once 1 action, or none of the actions, are completed, the rival's turn is done. And on the card, we can see that the rival wishes to either buy, sell, or manufacture. The other symbols being seasonal preference, rival preference, and rivals. And of course, our seasonal preference is on the seasonal preference chart. A number by that symbol indicates up to a maximum amount, whereas the infinite symbol means as much as possible. And if there is no number, the maximum is 1. What the rival preference is indicated on the rival card, so his preference is fur in this case. And if the action is triggered by a weather icon, it must match specifically today's weather. For the rival to buy the seasonal preference, which for our winter season happens to be fur, the rival will buy as much fur as possible at its current market value, which in our example is 4. So the rival will take their 10 coins, and although they have enough to buy up to 2 furs, there is only 1 available in the market stockpile. So they take the 1 fur, make change from the main supply, then place that on the rival's card. And when a good is purchased, increase the value of that good by 1. Now let's talk about the card's capacity. We can see that this card is able to hold 8 goods. So if the rival exceeds their capacity, they are unable to do the purchase action and must move on to the next one. Next is selling. And we can see there's an up arrow on the rival symbol, which means the most expensive on the rival's card. So in this case, furs. And there is no number, so take 1 fur, place it in the market stockpile, and receive the amount of coins indicated on that track. So in this case, 4, which of course then belongs to that rival. And just like with buying, when selling, if the rival is able to partially complete the action is still considered to be resolved. And because a good was sold, decrease the market value by 1, regardless of how many were sold. If unable to perform the first 2 actions, the final action a rival can do is manufacture. And manufacture means to gain that good from the market stockpile if there are any. If not, the rival cannot perform this action either. To perform a customer action, we can see that there's a trend action and a buy action. The customer will resolve both if possible. First, resolve the trend at the top. And in our example, that is to move the food up the market value track by 1. The customer wishes to either buy the highest cost of that good, which is represented by the up arrow, or lowest of the good, represented by a down arrow. When making that determination, check the rival card in the customer row with that of the merchant, which is the market price. If they were the same price, the customer would purchase from the rival before the merchant. If the customer does buy from the merchant, he takes 1 of those goods and places it in the market stockpile. The merchant then gains the market value for that good from the main supply, then places that in their play area. If buying from the rival, they take the good from the rival and place it in the market stockpile. Then the rival gains coins from the main supply. The customer repeats this process. In this case, we can see 3 times. And with each step of this process, he may buy from the merchant, but then switch over to the rival, or vice versa. And if the rival and merchant were both out of stock, the customer would then move down to the next rival to purchase from them, if possible. So for an example turn, we can see that the customer wishes to purchase 3 foods. So first we trend up the market by 1. Then compare the food that the rival has with the food that the merchant has. And in this case, whoever is selling it at the cheapest price is the one that the customer will purchase from. And because the rival doesn't have any, he will purchase from the merchant. The food just goes back in the market stockpile and the merchant gains 4 coins. And because he's looking for 3 food, he once again looks at who has the cheapest food. And in this case, of course, the merchant is the one who has the food. So once again, the food goes in the market stockpile and the merchant gains another 4 coins. And for a third time, the customer determines who has, in this case, the cheapest food. And neither the rival nor the merchant have food. But because it is possible to purchase from the next rival, the customer then moves to that row and purchases from them. The food goes back to the market stockpile, and in this case, the merchant gains 2 coins. At the end of dawn, before daytime, discard the customer card if it was resolved, so put it at the bottom of the customer deck. Then draw the top card and place it to the right of the rival who was not in the customer row that day. or discard the tendency card if it was the one resolved, by placing it at the bottom of the tendency deck. Then draw the top card of the tendency deck and place it face down to the left of the rival card. Then reshuffle each deck. During daytime, after performing town actions, the merchant's character action is to conduct business. And what type of business they may engage in depends on their alignment. So if they're aligned with sprites, they may sell, stock, manufacture, or trend, or if they're aligned with villagers, they may buy, guild, manufacture, or trend. To sell a good, first choose a single type of good: food, fur, wine, or tools. Let's say for our example, we wanted to sell tools. We would take any number of tools from the merchant stockpile and place it in the market stockpile, then receive the amount of coins equal to the market price. Once a good has been sold, the market value decreases by 1. The stock action allows the merchant to buy any number of one good from a rival. So let's say the merchant wished to buy furs from the rival. They are able to choose 1 or 2 furs, and the price is listed on the card. So in this case, fur is 4, so if you wanted 2, the merchant would be paying 8 coins. So 8 coins are moved from the merchant to the rival. When choosing manufacture or trend, first the player chooses manufacture or trend. Then the player may upgrade the market. To manufacture, gain 1 good from the market stockpile for free. If the merchant chooses trend, choose 1 good and increase or decrease by 1. The merchant may now upgrade if they wished. There are 4 standard upgrades, 1 for each good, and 2 advanced upgrades, which can be placed on any track. Let's say we wish to upgrade tools. The permanent upgrade can be placed anywhere along the track. The cost of that upgrade is 10 coins plus wherever the permanent upgrade would be placed. So if we placed it in this 3 slot, it would be 10 coins plus 3. The coins just go in the main supply, but be aware placing an upgrade token is a permanent action. It does not move from this spot. And now anytime that good moves, if it were to move into that slot, it must skip over to the next one up or down. To purchase an advanced upgrade, first all 4 upgrades must have been purchased. And as for payment, it costs 10 coins plus an acquired rival, which I will get to right now. The guild action allows the merchant to take over a rival's business. First, determine a rival's value. To determine their value, take how many coins they have and add their good value according to their market value. So we can see in this example, the rival has 10 coins, then we would add 4 for 14, then 18, then 21. And the second rival has 10 coins, plus they're worth an extra 2, and another 4 for a total of 18. But if the merchant wished to buy out a rival, they must have double the amount of coins. So if they wish to buy out this rival worth 18, they must have 36 coins. So place your spent coins in the main supply, take the goods from the rival stockpile and place it in the merchant stockpile, and the rival coins just go in the main supply. Then place that rival's card face down near the character tray. Return that rival's tendency card to the bottom of the tendency deck, then choose a new rival card and tendency card to replace the ones that were removed. It is these face-down acquired rivals that are used to purchase skills and advanced upgrades, which just acts as a second permanent spot in the market row of your choice. When a merchant spends an acquired rival card, it gets placed at the bottom of its deck. The buy action allows you to purchase from the market stockpile. To buy, the merchant chooses 1 good, and they may buy up to any number of good that is in the stockpile, and if they have the money to. Let's say we wish to buy 2 food. We would take the 5 coins, take 1 coin as change, and then take 2 food, which then goes in the merchant stockpile. When a good has been purchased, increase the value by 1. After completing their daytime action, if they had a skill in the same row as the action performed, they have the option to perform that skill. For satisfied customer, draw a new customer and replace the existing customer. Shuffle the old customer back into the customer deck. For handshake deal, buy one good from a rival at market rate. For off the books, sell one good without reducing the good's market value. For loyalty, spend 1 coin to increase a hired worker. For local artisan, manufacture 1 seasonal good. For commodity speculation, decrease the market value of one good to increase the market value of a different good. For guild benefit, reveal one rival's tendency card. For worker encouragement, spend 5 coins to increase all hired workers. For acquired expertise, use one acquired rival's good value to sell a type of good. Discard that rival after using. And for market savvy, sell one type of good for +1 market price. To acquire a level 2 or 3 skill, one of the sprites at the top of that skill must be in play. And when you acquire another skill, you may rearrange your skills as you wish. After the skill comes the worker actions. The merchant may use any number of dice and then lower the dice pips by 1 to do the action as long as it matches the alignment. So blue with blue and the orange villager with villager actions, with the middle slot accepting either. The merchant has no unique actions to perform at dusk. For the end of season, after changing the season tile, the merchant will recreate the marketplace unless they save the game, in which case when they return to playing the merchant, then they will recreate the marketplace. To recreate the marketplace, shuffle all the cards in the marketplace back into their decks. All the goods get placed back into the market stockpile, and coins are placed back in the supply. Then draw all new rival cards, remembering to draw based on where the highest level of good is. So in this case, we're at level 2, so level 2 rivals. Then give each rival a face-down tendency card and a new face-up customer. Remember to give the rivals their coins and goods. Then the merchant makes sure each good has its maximum allowance according to where that good is on the track. So for food, there should be 6 total in the market stockpile, merchant stockpile, and rival stockpile all together. Same with the wine and with the tools. And let's just say for our example, there are 3 more wines than there should be according to the market track. Then the difference would be removed from the market stockpile. So these 3 are the ones that would be removed. The merchant and rivals would keep what they have. But we can also see that furs can have 9. Those just get taken from the ones that were set aside and placed in the market stockpile. Now let's say we're in a situation where that good has gone down in price to the next lowest tier. There are no goods to remove from the market stockpile, so the merchant and rivals keep what they have. So in this way, it is possible for the merchant and rivals to have more than what is allowed on the market track. And perhaps at the next change of season, this may be corrected. To save the game, return the merchant miniature to the box, and return all market cards back to the respective piles. Goods get returned to the market stockpile, and coins get returned to the main supply. Remove the merchant header and place the customer and tendency cards and rival cards. All the merchant's coins and goods get placed in the upper left portion, and all the unused goods get placed in the other 4 quadrants. Also, if the merchant had any acquired rivals, that gets placed face up on top of the rival cards. And replace the merchant header. Remove the left merchant board, place in the skills, and market upgrades. Replace the tray board. Keep your worker dice, if continuing play as the merchant. Otherwise, return them to the main game board. Then place the lid on the tray. To start a new session with the merchant, do all that in reverse. Thank you for joining me as I learn the merchant. I invite you to join me now as I continue my playthrough. And welcome back to Mythwind. So just a reminder, this is my first time playing this game. So although the town is a continuation, the merchant I've never played the merchant before. So here we go. So I do want to do a little bit of setup on camera. So I'm going to set up the market. These are the dice. This is how they were before. I'm going to keep them as is. So this is a 2. So when I'm done this, I'll put it back at 2 in the town. So I'm going to, let's see, start. Where did I put it? Right there. Start with the food. Where is it going to be? 1, 2, or 3? That is a 2. So it will start there. And what's next? Our furs. That is a 3. So that will start up there. And we have our wine. So let's put that also at 3. And our tools, which will be at also 3. Okay, so be it. That's fine. So everything, actually, that's true. Everything is worth 3 coins when it gets sold. So that's cool. So here we are set up. Oh, I'm going to put this back at 2, like I said. This is how the board state was left during the last game. I had opened an envelope. That's why we have what I've been calling Buku on the sprite spot. So spoilers, we have a sprite. It is now the winter, so in terms of pulling weather cards, of which there's another one, spoilers. This is what can happen. Increase culture, decrease production, and get to do another extra event if we get a rain, sun, and cloud. That would be nice. I've been enjoying the event portion of the game. I've also, the adventure has also been okay. I've only been doing 1 adventure per game. Oh well. Maybe some point way in the future I'll end up focusing on adventure. But for now, I'm just trying to still wrap my head around the actual play of the characters. The game, you start getting it after a few plays. This is my 4th play of the town, just my first play of the merchant, which of course I don't just know. So continuing setup. There is a blank spot here. So what I'm going to do is, all right, sorry, I started to set up and realized, wait, that is incorrect. So I'm going to redo it so it's done properly. The marketplace, let's do it properly. So we have our rivals, our level 1, because all of the goods on the market are only at the 1st tier. Once something goes into the 2nd tier, then we have to move on to the 2nd rivals and so forth. Once one of these hits the 3rd tier, we would switch to rivals 3. So anyways, let's take a rival card and we will go. This is our first arrival. So let's set this up, 14 coins and 2 wine. Let's take 2 wine. And they have a capacity of 6, and right now they have 2. And 14, which just comes from there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And let's see, rival card 2, whatever will be having 10 coins, 2 furs, and a wine. 10, 2 furs, taken from the market, of course, and a wine. Oh, and I do have the goods set aside. I know I'm not going to be using them this season, but I do have them there to let you know. Yeah, they're there. I know that they're off. They're set off to the side. So now, part I messed up, and then why I'm redoing it. So we have our tendency cards. Doesn't really matter. And without flipping it over, that was the mistake. I'm going to go like that. and the next one like that. Okay, now our customer will also be random. And boom, that, wow. They're gonna be looking for a bunch of stuff all at once. All right. There we go. Customer is there. Oh, and the other cards will go back there. And straighten them out. Okay, so we're gonna pull a weather card, and after when we pull the weather card, we're gonna potentially shift markets. So what that means is, depending on what the weather card says, like we established, it is winter. So in the winter, we are looking at the furs each season. If it is sunny, the furs will increase by 1. If it's rainy, the furs will decrease by 1. And of course, cloudy will be neutral. And we will always, during this gameplay, we will always look at the furs. Any other season, spring, we would look at the tools. Sunny. Summer, we would look at wine. And in the autumn, we would look at food. So let's draw a weather card. And it is Hawa, sunny. Oh, and we'll get there as well. So it is indeed sunny. So our furs are going to increase by 1. So we are now in tier 2, and they are worth 4. And we increase, well, not increase, but move the buildings up 1 space. And the next time we move buildings up, we can place it in that empty space there. And for our goal, discover 1 land for every character. So discover a land, please, and you will have attained the goal. Now, this has a secondary purpose to moving the buildings. If the day's weather card has a construction queue weather effect, the customer, that's this card here, the customer who is going to perform an action. So this is today. Sunny, nothing starts sunny, so all right. We're not going to be doing any of these effects for the first 3 rounds for sure. Okay, so the first thing is the trend. That is the top row here. So literally just to take the fur, increase it by 1, then take the wine and decrease it by 1. All right, so I do almost wish that I had only 1 and 1, so I was dealing with only 1 and only 1 on the first card, but you get what you get. So now, they want to purchase whoever is selling fur at the highest price and wine at the lowest price. This only has, or this is just one, what do you call it? Okay, I'll phrase it this way. This has the number 2 beside it. This does not. The furs do not. So we're going to do the actions and buy these, and then we'll do the actions again and only buy wine a second time. Then this card is resolved. So we already moved the marketplace per the card. And so now the up arrow fur, whoever has from between the rival that they're in or me, or as extreme backup if necessary, the bottom rival, but most likely I will, or the rival will, or I will have furs. In this case, furs. So they want to have whoever has the highest cost of fur. So I have furs, the rival does not have furs. So, okay, that kind of resolves things pretty easy. So, what do I sell a fur at? I sell a fur at the market value. So that's 4 coins. So this goes to them. Mechanically, this goes back here. And 1, 2, 3, 4 according, oh, that's 5. 4 according to the market value. Okay. So next is wine. So they want to buy from the lowest. They want to buy the lowest cost wine. So the rivals does have wine, and you can see down here. Maybe we'll do that. we can see that their wine costs 4. Okay, they want the lowest. And the market value of the wine, what I am selling wine at, is 3. So the market wine is going to, I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell. And just like that. And 3 goes to me. So next, we see that they want to do this one twice. So we're going to go back, do this again. So furs are going to go, up, and wine is going to go down. And fur is resolved, but wine is going to be done a second time. And who has the lowest cost? Me, because I do still have a wine. The rival's wine is still at 4. So my last wine, but I do have it, is going to be sold for 2. And that will be that. So now that means the customer is resolved. So this is going to go to the bottom of the customer deck. We're going to draw a new customer, and that new customer is going to go to the rival that was not chosen that day. You know what I mean? The one that was not resolved that day. He's going to stay, but this is the one that the customer, were the customer to go to the card, will, and there it is. Then shuffle the cards. Oh, all right. And there it is. Okay, I currently don't have anything set as to what it is that I'm going to do. So I think I will go ahead and just resolve this right away. I do have a bunch of coins, so okay, I think that should work fine for me. So I am going to discover land, and that means I take the merchant, place the merchant on, discover land, pay 5 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have these mess of singles here. Now, where would I like to clear? I am not that clear. Doesn't matter. I'm drawn to this water. Ooh, all right. I do seem to remember it was this production that I always needed for everything, right? Yeah, but I already have 2. I do have 2, which is not bad because we have that as well. Raise income? Yeah, raise income. Okay. So now I have 2, 2, 2, and 4 food. Yippee! Okay, so this I should say will just go back in the box, and okay, and let's just confirm alignment before I just choose an action. So that is Sprite. So this is blue. So I can only choose one of these 3 top actions. And I don't really feel strongly about selling anything more. And then I was like, stock. So stock, maybe I can purchase a wine because this one's selling wine at 2. But then if I can just manufacture and just take a wine for 2, if there was no wine and I really wanted wine, yes, okay, I would spend some. But I think I'm just going to manufacture one. So at least I have a shot at, oh, they're only dealing with food. You know what? Let's just have a stockpile and let's see what happens. Like anything, right? The more you do it, the better you get at it. And that's, well, you got to start somewhere, right? And technically speaking, I could right now purchase an upgrade. I don't yet feel strongly about where an upgrade would go. And that's fine. So an upgrade would cost 10 coins plus wherever it would go. So if I put it in a 4 slot, it would be 10, my 10 plus 4, which I have. That doesn't mean I should. Maybe I could. Actually, probably what I would do is put it in a 3 slot so we're not having 2 3s. But until I start feeling strongly about, yes, okay, this is definitely what I'm doing. I'm just gonna have fun playing Mythwind. And I should remember that with the other characters, I bought one, and in one case, two skills. So perhaps I would like to interest myself in a skill. So we have not a coin price, but a um, rival price. So if you buy out a rival, you get their card. Yay, you can then spend that card for things. In this case, getting a skill. So buying out a rival means whatever they have, right now they have 14 coins. I would need 28 coins plus plus the market value of what is on their card, not what they're selling it for, what the actual market value, what we sell it for, would be. So in this case, we have 14 coins, and the wine on the market is 2. So 2, 4, you add that to the 14, 18, so 36. If I had 36 coins, I can completely buy this card out. And then I have that card to then be able to spend on a skill in this example. I know that there's something else you can spend a rival on. It's just not occurring to me right now what it is, and that's fine. But of course, had I 20, I could I was going to say I could seriously consider this. No, you forgot to add up the goods as well. So 10, 22, 44 for this one. So right now, that fur is making this rival very expensive. So anyways, so I do really want to consider saving a bit of money for the purpose of buying a rival, for the purpose of getting a skill. And of course, worker actions could be useful too. But that's not what I did this turn. Okay, hopefully that's right, because I'm moving on to Dusk, which is nothing special. I just get the mini back. That's our merchant. And continue on to the next day. And just to help me remember that I actually cleared that land, I will place that there. I expect to not forget that, but they're there. Let's use it. Okay, so don't forget about the shift market as I do the weather. The weather is cloudy, so nothing. Don't worry about it. Let's continue on. We do have an event. I'm going to resolve. Okay, wait, yes, I was right. Do the actual event first, then come back to the card and do the marketplace. So do the actual event, then come back to the market. So let's go ahead and event, please. So we are event. Oh, 51 is what I put in there. So where are the fairies? Although you have continued to search for them, the fairies remain elusive. Meetings are held in town to discuss whether they've been offended. A group of townsfolk spins tall tales all evening about what will happen if this isn't resolved. Meanwhile, a group of children play at pretending to be fairies. Vix disrupts this meeting with a laugh, and she points at the fairies watching the proceedings with interest. Gain a culture. And if you have already built the tavern, nope. Gain another, but we did not build, so that is our event. Okay, so coming back to the weather card, the rival now will perform an action. Okay, let's now bump this up a whole bunch. And what will the rival actually do? Well, first, they will see if they can buy 2 furs. I just realized I grabbed them wrong, so let's fix that. And this card that I already looked at is now from this customer row, which is the lower row. So I'll have to remember to go back, forth, and back and forth. Wherever the customer is, I guess, is the stronger. So, okay, anyways. So what we're going to do is not we, but the rival is going to buy furs, which we see that there indeed are furs. 2 of them. There indeed are 2 of them. And if there is at least one, and they at least can buy that one, it's considered done. So they will not be trying to sell wine. They will not be trying to manufacture. So There we go. So at what price? Well, it's dictated by the market. So we're at 5. They are spending everything they have, which just goes there, to buy 2 of the furs that are there. And they have a capacity of 8, so they indeed will, or it's perfectly legal too in terms of game rules. Okay, so this is resolved. So this goes there, boom, and do not look at it. You get so used to flipping over a card right when you draw it. Don't do that with tendency cards. Okay, and it looks like the customer will just stay there. So there we go. Just shuffle this up a bit. And there we go. I really do feel like getting an adventure out of the way, so I do want to do that. I am going to go ahead and do that. Our alignment is pick one, blue and orange. So let's just get an adventure card. Okay. You come across a laborer who looks befuddled. He explains that he's trying to make a faster way out of the valley, and the fastest way would be to burn a direct route through the forest. He could also attempt to widen the existing road, which will make existing traffic move faster. That would take longer, but be less invasive. Direct the laborer to clear the forest in a straight line using fire to go through it more quickly. Fire has rejuvenating qualities, so perhaps, even if it takes longer, stick to the existing path. It's a waste to burn forest unnecessarily. In terms of unnecessarily, also true. Okay. Widen or straighten? Oh man. Um, but it's almost like, what if the path is there on purpose to avoid danger, whatever danger ends up being, and you just make it wider, but then, oi, oi, oi. Fork in the road, indeed. Okay. Well, pick something. Erg. Well, let's burn the place down. A. I'm sticking to A. Final answer. The laborer has a glint in the eye. When he gets your instruction, you get the impression he likes fire. Maybe a little too much. So that's what it would have been. And this is what we went for. So gain and lose. So we're at 2, 2, 3, 4. And we are sprite alignment. Okay, so I just had the exact same thought. So perhaps I'll just take another free wine. If their rival had more wines, I might want to invest more money into those more wines. Everything because 2 is a nice low cost. These furs are 4. This wine up on this rival is 4. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna say, well, that's how it is. That is to say, I did the manufacture action. Alternately, I may want to take a fur so that I'm better on my way to getting more money. Because if I want to buy out a card, that's what I'm going to need. Going to buy this one out. If I'm going to buy this one out. Let's see if I can get there. Okay, so that's the day. All right, weather card. Remember about the shift market. Rain. Market shift down. Fur, that is, of course. That's how it's gonna go. Then, ooh, the lumber mill gets placed in. I'll just hold that as I move the chapel up. So we get to increase production. Now, this card will let us lower a pip and pay 4 to increase by 1. Also, it has a seasonal benefit of increasing income by 1. It doesn't really matter where it goes as long as we have it. So that, and every seasonal action starts with a rain. So there is a chance that in 2 days I will have to do one of those actions, but not right now. And because it's in move ahead the construction queue, the customer will perform an action. So this is the customer row, this is the rival we're dealing with. So food is going to go down 1 all the way down, and he wants to buy from the highest cost. Oh man, you're moving it down. Come on. And on the other hand, this rival doesn't even have food in the first place. I do. And they only want to do it 2 times. And I have 2 foods. So, okie dokie. So, food 2, that goes there. I get 1, 2. And move it down again, except it's as low as it can go. But sell a food and get 2. Okay, at least I got some money. I do want those furs to go up, but that's life, right? So that. Now, I have to remember that this was the row he was in. So that will be the new customer row now. So shuffle this up. There we go. What is your day action? So I'm feeling good about the merchant not needing money. That's not the thing she's worried about. So she can spend some stuff, while also remembering that you want to buy a thing to get a skill as well. So don't just waste your money. Okay, so right now, this would cost 16, 16, 18. I don't have 36. That's far away from 36. And I would still need a bunch for that one. And I'm not there. So maybe, do I want to do another discover land? Maybe just, that's the merchant for you, always clear cutting land. No, because that's a real proposition there. On the other hand, I could also buy sprites that would let me, for example, gather more, and then I would have more. The rival couldn't. Ooh, wow, I really like that. Okay, I'm doing that. Okay, so I am going to be getting 2 of them. And I think right now I'm just going to be greedy and try to grab as much as possible. So I'm going to take these 2 with 3 and then see what else I can do. Sell, rival, no. Yeah, wait. Option 2. No, let's stick with let's stick with that plan right now. Later regrets, so be it. Okay, so if my focus is just get money, right now tools is at the highest. So your alignment is the ones you purchased. So yeah, I can go ahead manufacture. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm also gonna take one of the dice, lower it by 1, and take another tool. So I can't do that with the another one because this spot is already taken. So at least I'm doing things twice as fast. At least that's something. Or it would also be pretty efficient, although a lot of money would be spent. 2, 3, 4, 5. To buy as much as possible. And then manipulate the market myself, right? because I can do that. Okay, actually I can't do this turn. I'm already on the sprite action, so I'm just gonna say that that's what I did, so be it. I now know that moving forward I would like to purchase everything. I'm not gonna go back, redo everything. I now have another thought, so I think that's what will carry me into the next turn. So, workers have been done. Let's continue on. Okay, okay. I don't have to be good at it to like it. Okay, let's continue on to the next weather. And we are rain down, so fur goes down some more, but it's still at 4. We're going to do an event. So rain, rain. So if we get a sun or a cloud the next day, we will have to do a thing, whichever one we get. So an event. And today, taking stock. It's a beautiful morning in the valley. The sun glows just over the misty forest, and neighbors enjoy the view with a warm drink. In front of the forest is the town. It's still small, but everyone's very proud of what has already been achieved here. However, if the town is to grow more, then some choices are going to have to be made. If you have Tower Upgrade 1, gain a villager die, otherwise gain a sprite die. Village Upgrade 1. Or Tower Upgrade 1. Wait, we do not. We have Tower Upgrade 2. Double checking with the instruction book. 2, that is Tower Upgrade 2. So we do not. Otherwise, again, another sprite die. Oh, gain it by roll blank 3. Okay, shuffle in event 10. Event 10 is the top card. So let's shuffle that in. And so forth. Anyways. 42 is what's on top. Oh, not done reading this. Then if the town... okay. If they should focus on production, shuffle on 58. If they should focus on culture. I mean, for the sake of just getting things up, let us focus on culture. So 60 and 61. I got 60 and 61 right here. Okay. And these get shuffled in. Okay. And our top card will be 61 next time. Oh, isn't that one we just put in? Yes. Okay. Event is done. All right, so now coming back. Event means rival in the customer row, so this upper rival will be doing something. So, oh, wow. If it's sunny, it is not. So what that means is sell the rival preference. So this is actually blocked here. So they're going to be selling their wine for what is listed on their card. So we can add the infinity means as much as possible. So they have 2 and their card says they will be selling it for 4. So they are going to get 8 coins for that. So 5, 6, 7, 8. They have no goods, but they have plenty of money for the moment. And because it was sold, wine, would go down, except it's already as low as it can go. So tendency goes on the bottom without looking at it. And customer seems to only move when it's a customer, so that's just going to shuffle and just go back. I did not put this back at the end of the day. Yes, I do realize the mistake I made just now. I just realized it. This lumber mill is supposed to replace this lumber yard. So that is that. So that's just gonna go back there. You know what? Maybe let's focus on keeping our money. Let's do another adventure. I do want to get through the adventure more, and I think I'm just gonna take advantage now. Let's have a little fun with our game. Okay. Into the unknown. You've never been here before. Choose one. Let's go with villager, because hopefully something good villager happens. Okay, that's a 1. Okay, anyways. If there are no dice at the tower, nothing happens on your adventure. I'll figure it out. Or go figure, that is. After rolling the die, done, flip the card over to read the results. Once you have completed this adventure card, shuffle it back into, ooh. Okay, so villager 1. Villager 1. You are robbed, lose 5. Wow, what a fun game. Oh, I have to shuffle this back in. I have to make sure that that's going to happen again. I'm real glad I didn't spend any money so that I could go on an adventure. Oh, that just went back on top. I'm not. Okay, that will do. So my plan was to buy out everything, but that's not going to happen anymore. Maybe I buy out everything wine. Sure. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, because I rolled that. Yes. That's because I rolled this die, which made me aligned with orange, which means I can buy. So that's how all that worked. Let's start trending the wine. See, now is like, well, I would like to buy the market upgrade, so I would need 13 coins. So it's a longer process. You get better as it goes, right? At least that's the hope. Here goes nothing. Player or day, next day. Okay, so we are at Sunny. Where it goes up. So I don't forget that. Yes, I probably should be doing this after this whole card, but that's not what I'm doing. So we do indeed have rain, rain, sun, and rain, rain, sun means culture is increasing by 1. Done. Okay, so nothing happens over here. So what are you doing today? I do kind of feel like since I'm able to put something in the queue, perhaps I might like to. Okay. General store, longhouse, fishing ground. Not just. Wait, I can't do this anymore because the lumber mill replaced the lumber yard. So this is out in terms of what I can do next. Okay, so anyways, back to general store. And okay, so that's it. Okay, so those, yes. Monument Bakery. Lumber yard is not built. Okay. Vineyard. Trading post. Okay. seems to give me nice effects. Right, that was cool. Wait. Oh, because of the fishing ground. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this was a if the seasonal goal was successful, then gain an income, and each player is also going to get 3 coins. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Maybe let's work towards that 3 income. We do not have, oh, seriously, do not have 3 income. We've got the production and the food, but not the income. And, ooh, if I had money, but no, I decided to blow it. Okay. This needs to go back. So, are you going to risk another adventure? I think this will be the make or break it. This will let me know that either adventures are toxic and don't go on them, or there's a chance that they might not be. So let's have this final lesson. Cutting across the prairie, you happen upon 2 puppies. One has a lolling tongue, boundless energy, and a friendly demeanor. The other is much more serious and has penetrating eyes. They appear lost, but when you approach, they back off in opposite directions. You could probably catch one, but not both. Catch the smiling, catch the serious, leave them alone. I do kind of want to leave them alone. Or catch the smiling dog. Serious dog is good too, though. Dogs are good. Dogs are good. Leave them alone. Let's leave them alone. You return home early and have a little extra time to work. Take a different town action. Okay. How about we gain a coin? The adventure had no sprite alignment, and this is kind of just choose. So I think I'm going to choose to move up. Oh, why did I not think to move up tools? Or I can just keep my focus because I do have 5 wines. I have 4. Let's grow what we have or what we were investing in. And how much? Still several weather cards to get through. So yes, I will use this one to trend our wine up. And I will use this other one to hire another blue sprite die. And of course, I can't upgrade that. Now's not the time. Anyways. So, you come back. You are done. This is spent, which means re-roll, and goes back on the market. Next weather. Sunny. We do not have rain, sun, sun on the weather. Sunny does mean increased fur. So fur is at 5. Fur is at 4 on this rival. And die. So that means, or not die, but sprite. So let's change the sprites. Let's put in fix. Oh, I can hire a villager die for 1. And I just realized when I purchased this wine, I didn't move this up, did I? No, I've been doing that with their action. So this should actually be up there. I caught it. I'm fixing it. So that's even better. Okay, so cool. Let's continue on. No construction queue or oh shoot, what's the other one? Event card. Event's happening. So we are just going to yeah, that's twice in a row. Cool. We're just gonna do a thing. And with no money, we're pretty limited on what that is. All right, let's mess around. It's still early. I wanna see what's what. On a broad plain, you find a grassy hill. It looks natural as you approach, but then you see embedded terraces in it. They could be enormous steps, so tall you'd have to climb them, which appear to lead nowhere. A nearby wood golem watches in silence. So I can watch the way the hill's steps create shadows as the sun rises. Carefully examine the steps, applying knowledge of your own trade to the mystery. Lose 1 to 3 coins, depending. Well, I'm not doing that. To the wood golem to learn more. Okay. So unfortunately, I'm just going to. Well, watch seems like I'm not doing anything. So B is what I have to choose. If your role is farmer, ranger, or crafter, success! Nope. If success. Okay, there's only if success. There's no if fail. Okay, so that's 2 in a row. Okay. At least that's amusing. Okay. All right, so I'm going to trend this up. I'm going to trend. Oops. This up. Yeah. Oof. Getting into. Ah. Okay, so I guess that's it for today. Let's continue on. Okay, so cloudy, nothing, and there's no sun cloud. Oh, move the queue up. So this chapel is going on. So gain another sprite die. That's a 2. And move food up 1. And chapel. Season gain a oh nice. So let's do that. Okay, so that was there. Now we got to do an action. And I just see that wine is going to be going up. Well, isn't that lovely? Wine is going up. Sorry. And food is going, well, it's not going down any further. So purchase wine from the highest seller. Nice. And I have wine and it's at 6. Ooh, ooh. And we're on this row. This one is at 4. So 6 goes to me. Yay me. Okay. And food's down from, okay. So you want to buy food from the lowest seller, which is also me. Oh, I don't have food. Oh, there is no food. Okay, so I think that just means, well, if he can't do that, then he did that. So there we go. So no one has food. That's just how it is. So wine is going to go up again because 2. Going to go up. Food is going to go down again. This is already done, but this is a second time. But for a second time, nobody has food. So this one was going to resolve. It was resolved. So counting that. This is going to go to the one below that. So that's there. Shuffle these in. And there we go. Let's gamble all our money again. What is up with this adventure deck? Without warning, a great swath of village ground near your worksite simply vanishes, giving way to a sudden yawning chasm. A crowd of panicked workers cries out in surprise to your left, while to your right, a wagon loaded with valuable supplies teeters on the edge of the drop. Hurry to go check on the workers. Try to save the materials before they fall. Well, the workers, come on. The workers are all rattled but safe. Your concern touches them. You then turn to save the supplies, but are too late. They tumble into the darkness with a thundering clatter. Gain a worker die. A villager die, which is a worker. Anyways. And lose a production. And that's card resolved, and we are worker aligned for this. Okay. It's not income, but at least we got something. And of course, I forgot to do that. So we can do these things, which means sell. I don't know why I thought sell was sell. Okay, it does. Okay. So what am I going to do? I think I'm going to take a quote as my, yeah, as my orange alignment action. Okay, so the merchant took a good. Sprite is the one who will sell. Sell all this wine. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, sell. $35. Yeah, 35. Okay. I'm much closer to getting a skill, and I have the time to. Okay. After, yeah, I was right. Sell means decrease by 1. Okay, so that's the merchant back. I remember to do that. Let's see what the next day is. Sunny. Fur goes up. Event. Let's get through the event first. 61. Luna berry juice? Luna berry? Town building has been a grind lately. Nothing disastrous has happened. It's just been one of those stretches everyone is ready to move past. As if in response to this, a creator sprite named Lutsky arrives, bringing with him a round barrel of liquid. It contains a tasty and refreshing drink that is pale blue in color. A sprite I know makes this. She's an amazing, talented creator. It's made from berries that grew under the light of the moon. Luna berry juice. Gain food. Ooh, and increase. Gain food. Okay, it says increase all both the dice. So I'm going to, that's increase, 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 increase. Very nice. I almost do want to just pay the 5 to increase the income to get the port in the construction queue. It's my game. It's my game. Wait, that's not right. Okay. Oh. Sorry, I'm doing this. To do this, to get to doing that next time. To increase this. This is sprite alignment. And I don't want to pay more. I just want it to be, no, I want to have this money. I want to have this money. So I'm going to sell my furs. Okay, for 5. But then I think I'm going, yeah, to, let's see, take another wine and get myself another sprite. One. Oh, it's one of those ones though. want that anyway. No, I think I'm just gonna keep what I have. Okay, so, but I did take the wine. Okay. So this is done. This is done. Oh wow, I didn't do the action. I knew it. I knew that was gonna end up happening. Well, let's make up for it anyways. Buy preference. They can't. Oh, they can buy 3 of whatever the preference is. Right now it's fur, but they have no money. So what's going to happen is they're just going to, it's not rainy, so they're just going to skip to the part where they're just going to uh, almost have a monopoly. There's still one left. Okay, so tenancy. So that changed nothing. So that could have easily happened had I not forgotten to do that in the first place. So, all right. Let's continue on to the next day. It is cloudy, cloud, sun. Cloud is nothing over there. We have an event. Cloud is nothing here. Let's get to the event. Event number 10. A unique history. Some rabbits hop by with tiny antlers in front of their floppy ears. Anticipating some questions, Fix explains, "Have I told you about the elves? They looked after the valley ages ago. Thing is, a bit of elves' magic rubbed off on many of the creatures. The deer, the birds," she points at hopping bunnies, "the rabbits," she gestures to the forest. "The trees grew bigger, the fruit more plentiful. It was a great time to be in the valley. Now that I was there, not that I was there," she winks. Shuffle events 127, 129. That was really fast of me to find. So 127, 129 will get shuffled in. Okay. Cute little story. If you have more, I do not have more, counting all the dice all together. I only have 2 villager dice, but 5 sprite dice. Otherwise, 64. 64. And perhaps let's consider having the rival take their turn. And customers there, so this one is still the one. So rainy, it is not rainy. They want to buy, so they don't have coins. They're going to manufacture the final, they have the monopoly on fur. Their capacity is 8, they have 7. So all of that is, well, they're able to do that. Making them brutally difficult to buy out with what I have, because I can't. So that means I'm not going to be buying this out. I would like to buy them out, though, because I can. Because, gosh, I would really like to get a skill before the round ends. So for the sake of not losing money, and that gets a building in, I'm not going to go on an adventure. I'm going to construct. So, get this port out, I need to spend 3 income, 2, 3, all the way at the bottom, 1 production, 1 food. Okay, that is done. It's going to go in the number 2 slot, 1, 2, so it needs to move up twice for it to be able to go out. Now, I did say I spent 1 food. When I do spend a food, gain a coin. Coin gained. Villager. So the original building queue has a villager alignment. I'm going to assume that was meant to be put there, so I am going to do the buyout. And I will buy out 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 44, 45 can become 44. Unfortunately, I don't get their goods because they don't have any. This is now mine. What's a good me place? Whatever. Okay. And tendency goes to the bottom. And we get a new one, as well, of course, as a new rival. And I'm under the assumption because we started with level 1s, we continue with level 1s until we reset in the next season. That's why I grabbed a level 1 rival. So I'm just going to give them their 10 coins, 2 food, whoops, 1, 2, and a fur, which they don't have because Monopoly. You know what? Go ahead and take a wine. I don't know. Let's do that. Okay, so that's moving on to the final day. You are done. So 3. Okay, final day. Rain. First go down. No events. So none of this happens. And there is no sun, cloud, rain for the winter season. So where are you gonna go? I kind of want to gain all those wines, you know. Maybe don't do that because you want to get a skill. Gain a skill plus a skill. I'm gonna try satisfied customer, I think. So I'm gonna spend rivals, a rival, 1 rival card. And this is draw a new customer and replace the existing customer. So if you want to manipulate things a little bit, oh, I don't want to have to deal with all this stuff. Perhaps I'd rather them deal with something else. So let's chance doing replacing the customer. So I've been doing that a lot during this game anyways. So I am going to have the alignment. I'm going to have her take wine. Now, let's start off with some money. Next game. 6, 12, 18. So you'll have 21, 18, and 5, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. That's the season. So, do we have any end of season effects? We kind of do here. Do all the go here. Actions, you know, I'm not doing that. However, I will increase, nice, income by 1. Okay, so I'm not left with nothing. So that is very nice. Also, end of season, increase culture by 1. That should be it. Yes, yes. Now, we indeed did our goal. We discovered a land for every character. Can just go back. Success, gain, that's income, that's production. Shuffle in goal 9. Okay. Goal, yeah, that's goal 9. And would be production must be 4 or higher. Okay. Let's shuffle, 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 and see what we actually get. Construct 1 building for every character. Construct a building. Okay. Okay, okay. Perhaps, oh no, that would just go. Okay. That sounds good. Oh, for like a 5-player game, you'd have to demolish a lot. Okay, I see how it goes. The weather deck will get its own reshuffle. And the season tile, we go back to spring. Okay. And indeed, I will be changing the character the next time I play. But that's the base box. So I'm satisfied that I've now gone through the base box and kind of learned each faction. Playing this game for the first time 4 times in a row. Isn't it great? Okay, anyways, thank you for joining me as I go through these 4 first time playthroughs. Have fun.